Good day, all. I'm out for a morning drive, and it's so nice to see the sun again after we had some cloudy rain days. So I thought I'd take you with me for a short little drive. And then I think I'm going to head to Country Garden and just do a quick little shop. I'll probably do a longer shop later, but for now, let's just enjoy the sunny, cool March drive. It's lovely this time of year to see the gardens not quite awake, all the hedgerows trimmed and neat, the stone walls without any pretty annuals for summertime guests. It's a very magical time, I think. The Cape hasn't quite come to life, but it has a life to it that's different than what those who only come in the summer get to see. All right. Off to Country Garden for a quick little browse. I thought I'd stop first and get a coffee because I might as well. I think I've showed you this is our one of our local coffee shops, the Snowy Owl in Sandwich. And it used to be an old antique shop years and years ago, which I used to go to, but I'm happy to have it as a coffee shop. They roast their own coffee, which is really kind of fascinating to see. Oh, good, they do have it. I'm going to let you watch that. Well, I've got my delicious latte, and I'm ready to head out to Hyannis and go to Country Garden. Here we are. It's pretty warm for March. The sun's shining, and they haven't quite got many things in yet for the season. It is just the beginning of March, so I'm going to head to the greenhouse, the conservatory area, and we'll see what little houseplants we can find. Again, I wish there was a scent I could share with all of you because it always smells so lovely in here. And their giant, I think it's a monstera plant, which isn't for sale, but they've had here forever that grows up. It's really beautiful. Darling little African violets. I always think about doing African violets, but I always find I can't quite give them the care. But someday I always picture having a little indoor theater of them. Maybe when I have less projects to do. Looks like there's some pretty kalanchoe. Oh, Tradescantia, of course. You can't go wrong with Tradescantia because, although I'm trying to remember the last time I bought one because we usually just take cuttings and share them amongst one another, but this is kind of a pretty color. That very purple pink makes me think of Easter. Some lucky bamboo. Again, it's just nice to be in here with the scent of growing things and the sun coming through. Beautiful cyclamens, very lacy. Oh, these make me think of Easter as well, and March. Oh, and lavender. Oh, again, the scent is heavenly. Palms, which always make me think of Victorian drawing rooms. This is a sweet little guy. I'm always looking for little small, this sweet little begonia would be great for a little terrarium. Probably would do well with certain types of ferns. Trying not to go too quickly, just for you to have a little browse on a sunny afternoon. And the little bunny statues are out because we are getting close to Easter. And look at the root system on this. This is the large plant, which again isn't for sale, but who knows how old it is. Isn't it amazing? Growing up to the top of the glass ceiling. Magical. And it's pretty with the fairy lights lit up on it, although it's probably not showing up now because the sun is really coming in bright. But at Christmas time, it's lovely to see. And here, what's left of the orchids, they had a big orchid sale. And these Phalaenopsis are lovely. My mother-in-law got a nice collection of things. I wanted to get in and try to see if I could find a chocolate orchid, but I just didn't have the time to get in. But I'm sure they'll get more in. Pretty, lovely growing things. So nice to see everything lined up. the sun shining in. And it's funny to think in a few weeks, outdoors will be starting to fill up with veg and annuals, shrubs and roses. Of course, there's herbs here. And nothing makes you think of the joy of spring in March more than a primrose. And I always have a good collection of peperomias because there's so many varieties. This is more sort of the standard that you're used to seeing, which is lovely. But then I'm always a sucker for this other variety, which is kind of like a chartreuse. And it has that sort of chunky, succulent sort of look to it. I'm not sure if the color's coming off, but it's such a vibrant chartreuse. Happy Bean, that's a funny and appropriate name. Oh, and I love staghorn ferns. I have one now I bought. I'm trying to remember where I got it. This is a very healthy specimen though, but I'm training it up because I want to mount it onto a piece of driftwood to hang on the wall of my plant room. And I can never come here without having a look at the fairy garden plants because I love the little miniaturized versions of everything. Oh, this Lismachia is lovely. Isn't that pretty? I'll probably slow it down and edit so you can see the writing. Cindy's Lismachia. I love it in miniature. And always a good succulent on a spring day such as this, when the outdoor plants aren't quite here. It's always nice to look at the succulents, and they do a good job of doing succulent planters here, and I always think they're good gifts, even more so than maybe sending someone a basket of flowers, because then they can enjoy the arrangement and then they can pick them apart and make more individual succulent plants or maybe more arrangements. And of course, succulents are dead easy to care for. They love neglect and hot, dry sun. In fact, my houseplant succulents always live outdoors in the summertime. They have a pretty good little collection of small, affordable size succulents here as well, so you can always find something. And while I've never been that big of a fan of the more spiky cacti, this big one is pretty impressive growing up along here, along the side of this display towards the ceiling. Stretches up and up. Quite get to the top. It's almost to the ceiling, or to the shade cloth. Let's see, I'll probably have one last little browse of the fairy garden things. I'm not staying long today. I'm actually on to errands, and I just wanted to pop in quickly. I thought just to see what's what. I'll be back for a longer shop soon. Let's see, what do we have? One more look. I'll probably get the Lismachia. Oh, this little Alpine strawberry. I think I bought an Alpine strawberry here before, but I didn't have luck with it. I meant to move it outdoors. Of course, I love these pitcher plants. There's just something about a carnivorous plant. But you do need to give them lots of moisture. They need to be sprayed usually and kept indoors, obviously. I could never keep them outdoors here in the summer. Although my mother-in-law does on her pond, but on the seaside they wouldn't last very long. But indoors they do fine. Okay, I think I'm going to just make this another short little postcard vlog. So until the next vlog, I hope you have a lovely day and get a moment to get out and enjoy your own area. And remember, stay creative. Cheers.